Yellow Kano, yellow Nigeria, yellow Africa, yellow the whole wide world. A beautiful morning to all of you, listeners of the program MTN Yellow Sounds. You're welcome to another exciting edition of the program MTN Yellow Sounds. Happening to you live and direct from the studios of Freedom Radio 99.5 FM in stereo. Of course, sponsored by the numero un of all the networks. I'm talking about MTN, Mobile Telecommunications Network. And we are Sound, Word and Sight Communications, the producers and presenters of the program for the giant mobile network. My name is T to the J. If you want to straight that, Tijan Mohammed Musa is the name. And we're in the house to do what we love to do to you every Wednesday morning at a time like this, all right? Yes, we are on air at the moment, and we believe globally we are being heard because, of course, we are on to the all the channels, all the available portals through which you can listen to radio globally. I mean, TuneIn Radio, Radio Garden, and other places like that. If you're listening to us across the world, a big shout out to all of you. We say good morning and how are you doing? I'm not alone. I'm together with my colleagues that we present normally the program together with. I should start with the lady first. Yes, Amina, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yes.
Good. I like your radiant smile.
And like I see, you're looking excellent. Not just good.
Well, that's some compliment from Amina, and well, it's nice to know that our efforts is being appreciated. Okay, now the other person in the house is none other than Abu Bakar. How are you doing, young man?
I'm doing good.
Okay, how is your family?
My family is doing all right, is doing good, is doing great.
Well, for those of you who know not, Abu Bakar has a family, a
Yes.
virtual family. He has two wives and they are online, on the internet. So he goes to the matrix to be a family man, but on earth here, physically, he is a normal, good to go guy, all right?
Yes, I have my family virtually with children and everything.
Yeah.
We do shopping, we do living, we do picnic, we do a lot of things there.
Interesting. Interesting.
Actually.
Okay. Well, he gives us the virtual version of familyhood, and while we give the physical version of the familyhood,
Yes.
right? Well, you're on to the program MTN Yellow Sounds, and it's happening to you live and direct from the studios of Freedom. And of course, like I said earlier, MTN Mobile Telecommunication Network is the proud sponsor of the session. Well, we started on Saturday with you, Amina. I want to believe we are on to the same topic this morning. Yes, and we're talking about NIN, the registration so far of what do you call it? Everybody's like excited. They want to know how they can now connect their NIN number, National Identity Number, together with their mobile number. All right, and a lot of people are getting excited. And anyway, there has been an extension already for the project for the registration to be done properly. 3 weeks, a whole 3 weeks has been added to the registration exercise. Let's see what we can do with that. Amina, you said you have succeeded in doing what needs to be done.
I've already sent
Your NIN?
NIN to my line, of course, MTN.
Okay, of course.
Yes.
But you were saying you have another line.
I have another line.
Have you done that?
I haven't sent it out.
halfway to heaven, Kina.
But do you know what? Actually, the second line is not mine.
Oh, it's not yours.
It's not mine. I'm using it, but still, it's not mine.
Okay.
So it was registered by someone, and I still call that line his line.
Oh,
So
I
that's
see.
why I didn't send.
I see. Well, how come you have a line that is not registered by you and being used by you?
It is not like it is not registered by me, but it's like I'm using his line for a while.
Okay.
So
Anybody
that's
special? Anybody special?
Just leave that alone. I don't want to talk about that. But
Abubakar,
for
did
now,
you hear
I'm
that?
using this life for this purpose.
Okay. Well, there are connections here and there. Some of them are like virtual connections. Others are hidden connections.
Yes.
What do you have to say, Abubakar?
Well, I mean, I didn't like to reveal some things.
Yeah.
But for people like us, yes, there are things that we can. I will not brag because the other time I was boxed in a corner.
Yeah.
So I had to go home and explain what was happening actually.
Wait. So you mean even on the virtual frequency, the same that happens on the physical frequency happens on there?
Yes, because women being women, they will never change.
The women will be women. Yes, yeah, I agree with that.
You know, 3 days
When
when
you
we
are
were here,
drinking,
I asked Abakar that, Abakar, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
It's like you are calling a market. Don't forget that you already have 2
Yes,
wives.
he's been
virtual
taken
wives,
twice.
And he was like saying, so
He's been spoken for twice.
there are
Twice.
still 2 vacant slots.
Okay,
Yes,
so
to be filled.
okay, so you want to go all the way? 4.
Yes, but gradually.
Kajimaza.
virtual.
But gradually.
Gradually and
gradually.
virtually.
Virtually.
I will not say necessarily virtually.
Okay.
But what I would say, let's see what happens.
Okay, let's talk about NIN. Amina,
Yes.
talk to us about NIN.
About NIN. So let me say that NIN is the National Identification Number,
Okay.
NIN as we call it. So it is the unique number which identifies you as a Nigerian.
Okay.
Your NIN is issued to you upon enrollment by the NIMC,
Yeah.
that's National Identity Management Commission.
Okay.
So it is used to match your biometric data and other details in the National Identity Database
Yeah.
during verification and authentication.
Okay.
That's what NIN is all about, its purpose. So if you have NIN, you are a Nigerian, and you don't have NIN, you are not a Nigerian. Let me say this. To be frank,
That's being wicked on
you
your
are
part.
not a registered Nigerian. You are just roaming about in Nigeria, but not a registered Nigerian. So
Abubakar, did you hear that? Isn't that being wicked on her part? Isn't that being mean? Isn't that being hard
Actually,
on her part?
if I am to make some modification with
Yeah.
regard to what you said, you are a Nigerian, but actually don't have a formal relationship with the state. No, you are a
Well,
Nigerian.
you guys are
still
saying
there.
virtually the same thing.
No, different things.
Okay,
If
what's
you are
the,
not-
what's the
there's a
difference?
There's a difference between somebody being a Nigerian and somebody not being a Nigerian. Yes, you can be a Nigerian, but you don't have a formal relationship with the country.
Why you?
Because the country will identify you, like she said, formally. Your formal existence with the country, with any relationship, will be with that NIN number. But then this is the beginning, because there are other means of identification which people do have, but they lack this one. So actually, I know there are people that didn't have any kind of means of identification. So actually, those people don't have any formal relationship with the country, but they are actually the citizens of the nation. I will tell you,
Okay, I
if
like
you
that.
travel, yes, I traveled to villages, especially when we were doing our national youth service.
Yeah.
Yes, remote villages, far away, distant places. I was wondering, these people, have they ever heard about the existence of this country? I think only 2 things make them aware of the being Nigerians, being having any relationship with the country. First, the currency.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Money.
Yes, money, the currency. And then sometimes you see inside that bush, there will be some schools
Okay.
around the villages that the people around the surrounding will come in one town. So I was thinking, other than this, the people, they are virtually living on their own.
Yeah. Yeah.
Provide their own water. They don't have any relationship with
No electricity.
no
No
road,
road.
no nothing. Yes, sometimes if you want to make calls, you need to go to another town where there is let me see, some network that they
Yes.
connect from. That town connect the network from another town. So you
Interesting.
need to go there and get your own.
Interesting.
Actually.
Interesting.
Oh, Abakar. So I agree with Abakar. They are Nigerians, but not formal Nigerians. So for you to be a formal Nigerian, a certified, a verified citizen of Nigeria, you need this national identification number.
Because it doesn't
That's
sit well with me. to
Okay,
say they are
okay,
not
okay. Can I
Nigerian.
ask you
Becoming
guys?
necessary.
Can I ask you guys some questions? All right. Well, talking about being certified or not certified, being bona fide or not bona fide, being a real Nigerian or registered Nigerian, do their votes matter?
Yes.
It does.
Yes, it does. Because whether you
Oh,
have,
it does.
yes, it does. I
Okay.
have a point to prove this.
Okay.
Despite these villages being in distant places, you will find no matter the condition, every election season there will be a way to take election materials there and ballot to be an election to be
No
conducted.
matter how remote the area
No
is.
matter how remote, no matter how distant you think the place is, that they will take people, election staff, they will take security, they will take material, and you go there and conduct the election.
Do you know what I have to say to that? You guys are vomiting and swallowing back your vomits. You said they are not Nigerians, they are not bona fide Nigerians, they are not real Nigerians, they are not YYY. And now you are proving all of a sudden again that they are Nigerians because their votes count.
Yes, their
So
votes count.
if they are not Nigerians, how can their votes count? If they are not bona fide Nigerians, look, there is a formal approach to the situation and the natural approach to the situation. You guys are going boko, educated,
one way.
boko and stuff like that, refusing to look at the other situation as it should be. All right. Well, whether it's like somebody saying, unless your name is written on a sheet of paper, you don't have a name.
Actually.
Go
Actually
Abaka.
like this.
Yeah, exactly. Unless somebody writes your name, on a sheet of paper, your name does not exist, and it's not true.
It's not true.
It's not true at all. Whether your name is written or not written, so long as you have a name, of course you have a name. Whether you are a Nigerian formally registered or not registered. Thank you very much.
So let me say this. Now in Nigeria, we are heading to a place where you cannot use any network without this national identification number.
Okay.
That's why I will say for you to use any line, for you to use any network, you must have this national identification number.
But I think I prefer that better. Finally, you guys have contextualized the whole thing properly, all right? All right. So now talking about this national identity number, Abubakar, do you have yours?
Yes.
Amina, do you have yours?
Of course.
Nice. Oh, so you said you've done your registration, you've linked your number to. Abubakar, how about you?
I did my own, actually. And I even asked some people to do so. And I helped some people because by the time this news broke, everyone was calling, was asking, was contacting you how to go about it. So actually you have to rise up to the situation. You have to help people. Those that you can guide, you guide them. Those that can do themselves, you guide them how to do it.
Yeah.
And those that you can even physically help, you go carry their phone, help them with the registration, and you teach them how to do it so that they can teach others. I think this way has made it easier for a lot of people to do the registration.
Okay.
So that's what I.
So are you trying to say there is a lack of teaching or informing people how to go about doing this?
Yes, because some people normally thought that you need to go physically to the let me see MTN office to do your registration because that's what people are concerned.
A lot of people are thinking it's MTN's office that they will go to since
everybody,
they use
because
MTN line.
it is for all networks, but everyone that will ask you, they will just start how can I do my MTN registration?
No
Do we need to
goodie.
go to the
No
office?
goodie. The king of the network.
Yeah,
You know why?
actually.
Because most of the people are using this, are
Net-
using MTN.
Yeah.
And
That's
the line as their hotline.
And it's their hotline.
Mm-hmm.
Actually.
MTN is the popular network.
It's the most
The
popular.
most popular.
Don't cut it short.
Not just popular, the most popular
So
network. Yeah.
so for all the WhatsApp groups that I belong, I copied the information, posted them there, and then I sat back and waited for the questions. Then they start coming. I start filling the questions, and then I do some hours. There was no more question. Then some people will call and say, okay, I did this, I did that. Then I saw this. What happened? I will explain. Then some days later, you realize even those that were on WhatsApp group were also teaching others how to do it. It came as a relief when people realized that they don't need to go to MTN office physically and join the queue and meet, because there will be mammoth crowd there. Actually,
Real mammoth.
yes. So it came as a huge
is not
relief
why
when they realized they
conversationally
can
they
simply do it with their phone.
Amina, what do you think happened when initially this news broke? A lot of people were panicked, and how have they been able to cope with the situation thereafter?
By the time this information keep coming that dial this, do this and this to link your NIN with your network, and so people were relaxed. They have solutions for this, but still, I'm still surprised that people are still asking.
Yeah.
Is it true that my line will be blocked if I didn't link it? They are still asking me this question.
Do you know the interesting thing about this? It's like we were informing the other time. There are about 180 million subscribers. I mean, of all the networks combined. As far as the database of NIMC is concerned, it's not up to 50 million of these subscribers on their database. So there is a need for that to be upgraded. At least, I mean, it's too low. Once 40 to 50 million against 180 million is about 1/3 thereabout. And a lot of the activities that are happening on the criminal frequency, on the insecurity frequency at the moment, is due to the lack of information to track certain people who have done certain things. And if that can be done, to a large extent, some of the insecurities we're facing at the moment can be checkmate.
Yes.
And for that basis, there is indeed the need for this NIN merger together with people's number. And that basically, we believe, is what is driving, part of what is driving this whole situation. And there are a lot of people who are buying lines off the road, registered lines. And even now, subject to this development now, we've heard that some people go to meet gullible people who do not know the nitty-gritty, the technicalities of doing this registration, and are registering several lines on the same NIN number. Somebody just said about 20 lines have been registered to one NIN number. Can you imagine that? And people will just, I don't know how, at the end of the day, there is going to be a lot of rejects.
Actually,
That's
there
what
will be rejects.
I just want to say now is that, people should know that submission of this NIN
Number.
is subject to verification.
Yeah.
MTN will verify the information about this, the number you submitted to them. They will verify it, finds out that whether the information in that national identification number is yours or not yours. After they verified that, then they will link it to your line.
Yeah.
That's it. So when you submitted more than maybe so many lines with just one NIN, so that's
I wonder who they will give that NIN number to.
the original owner of the number.
How do they? Okay, fine. The original owner of the number. Now, how do they relate to those who have registered against that number that do not own that number?
And one problem with this is this: with the verification, if, for instance, you use multiple lines for one for one line, multiple NIN numbers, multiple lines for NIN
one
number.
NIN number.
Yes,
That's
actually.
the thing.
Yes. So this guy did the registration, line registration for this SIM, another did for that, and then you have only one NIN number. The logic is this: you can register 11 lines, no, like 20 lines with one NIN number as an
If they
individual.
all
If
belong
they
to
all
you.
If
belong
the
to you.
lines, yes, yes.
That's it. So finally, people, like Amina said, they think when they just submit and they receive that message, that's all. No.
That's all.
If
The
you
lines
read
will not be
carefully,
blocked.
there will be further verification to verify.
Yeah.
If all the information you submitted tallied with the data in your line and with your NIN details. Otherwise, there will be rejections, like we just said. We just wait.
But you see, I'm also looking at the situation where people with multiple numbers do this NIN registration for their several lines, and then those other people with the extrajudicial registration on the same NIN, are going to find it. I mean, how do they verify which number belongs to who? Ungani? And
Which number
belongs to, yes, like I have 6 lines. All right. I have about 4 different MTN lines, and then I have each network. I have a line for that network. Now, subject to that, maybe to my NIN, I register about 6 to 7 numbers. Then another 13 guys come and I register them onto my, at the end of the day, I might end up losing all the lines except maybe one.
Actually.
Because by the time they do the verification and they now have doubt over the rest of the numbers, mine's, my number inclusive, at the end of the day, I risk the possibility of losing out completely all of the numbers except possibly one. And that might not be good for me. So this is like shouting a warning to a lot of guys out there to please desist from registering multiple numbers onto the same NIN, except if they are your numbers.
Actually.
Except if they are your numbers. The program is MTN Yellow Sounds, and it's happening to you live from the studios of Freedom Radio. And of course, Mobile Telecommunication Network is the proud sponsor of the program, all right? I mean, it's about time we wrap up, but you guys have not said anything about the code. I mean, quickly, let's have it.
So people should start the process of linking their NIN with their MTN line by dialing *785 *785 NIN hash.
Okay.
Or just dial *785 hash.
And then they will now guide you towards doing that. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, Abubakar, you have one last word to say before we wrap up?
No, I urge people to abide by the rules and the regulation of the game so that at the end of the day they will be successful.
Okay. Well, on behalf of everybody who has been part of letting this program get to you, Abubakar is in the house. Amina, she is also in the house. Somebody is missing. We don't know what is happening. Well, my name is Tijan Muhammad Musa. And of course, we have Bashir Ahmed Bahago, who has been our duty announcer. It's the program MTN Yellow Sounds, and it's been a pleasure doing this. Okay, good morning. God bless.